tried hard to be proud of my service, but all I could feel was shame. And racism could no longer mask the reality of the occupation. These were people. These were human beings. I've since been plagued by guilt anytime I see an elderly man, like the one who couldn't walk, who we rolled onto a stretcher and told the Iraqi police to take him away. I feel guilt anytime I see a mother with her children, like the one who cried hysterically and screamed that we are worse than Saddam as we forced her from her home. I feel guilt anytime I see a young girl, like the one I grabbed by the arm and dragged into the street. We were told we were fighting terrorists. The real terrorist was me, and the real terrorism is this occupation. Racism within the military has long been an important tool to justify the destruction and occupation of another country. It has long been used to justify the killing, subjugation, and torture of another people. Racism is a vital weapon employed by this government. It is a more important weapon than a rifle, a tank, a bomber, or a battleship. It is more destructive than an artillery shell, or a bunker buster, or a Tomahawk missile. While all those weapons are created and owned by this government, they are harmless without people willing to use them. Those who send us to war do not have to pull a trigger or lob a mortar round. They do not have to fight the war, they merely have to sell the war. They need a public who is willing to send their soldiers into harm's way. They need soldiers who are willing to kill and be killed without question. They can spend millions on a single bomb, but that bomb only becomes a weapon when the ranks in the military are willing to follow orders to use it. They can send every last soldier anywhere on earth, but there will only be a war if soldiers are willing to fight. And the ruling class, the billionaires who profit from human suffering, care only about expanding their wealth, controlling the world economy. Understand that their power lies only in their ability to convince us that war, oppression, and exploitation is in our interest. They understand that their wealth is dependent on their ability to convince the working class to die to control the market of another country. And convincing us to kill and die is based on their ability to make us think that we are somehow superior. Soldiers, sailors, Marines, airmen have nothing to gain from this occupation. The vast majority of people living in the U.S. have nothing to gain from this occupation. In fact, not only do we have nothing to gain, but we suffer more because of it. We lose limbs, endure trauma, and give our lives. Our families have to watch flag-draped coffins lowered into the earth. Millions in this country without health care, jobs, or access to education must watch this government squander over $450 million a day on this occupation. Poor and working people in this country are sent to kill poor and working people in another country to make the rich richer. And without racism, soldiers would realize that they have more in common with the Iraqi people than they do with the billionaires who send us to war. Threw families onto the street in Iraq, only to come home and find families thrown onto the street in this country, in this tragic and unnecessary foreclosure crisis. We need to wake up and realize that our real enemies are not in some distant land. They're not people whose names we don't know and cultures we don't understand. The enemy is people we know very well and people we can identify. The enemy is a system that wages war when it's profitable. The enemy is the CEOs who lay us off from our jobs when it's profitable. It's the insurance companies who deny us health care when it's profitable. It's the banks who take away our homes when it's profitable. Our enemy is not 5,000 miles away. They are right here at home. If we organize and fight with our sisters and brothers, we can stop this war, we can stop this government, and we can create a better world.
No war!
No NATO! No war!
We don't work for you no more!
We don't work for you no more!
N-A-T-O!
N-A-T-O!
We don't kill for you no more!
We don't kill for you no more!
My name's Scott Kimball. I'm an Iraq war vet. And I'm turning in these medals today for the people of Afghanistan, Iraq, Palestine, and all victims of occupation across the world. And also For all the service members and veterans who are against these wars, you are not alone.
My name is Christopher May. I left the Army as a conscientious objector. We were told that these medals represented, democracy and justice and hope and change for the world. Instead of helping them, they take advantage of them, and they're making things worse. I will not be a part of that anymore. These medals don't mean anything to me, and they can have them back.
My name is Ash Wilson. I was a sergeant. I was in Iraq in 2003, and what I saw there crushed me. I don't want us to suffer this again, and I don't want our children to suffer this again. And so I'm giving these back.
My name's Maggie Martin. I was a sergeant in the Army. I did 2 tours in Iraq. No amount of medals, ribbons, or flags can cover the amount of human suffering caused by these wars. We don't want this garbage. We want our human rights. We want our right to heal.
My name is Jason Hurd. I spent 10 years in the United States Army as a combat medic. I deployed to Baghdad in 2004. I'm here to return my Global War on Terrorism Service Medal in solidarity with the people of Iraq and the people of Afghanistan. I am deeply sorry for the destruction that we have caused in those countries and around the globe. I am proud to stand on this stage with my fellow veterans and my Afghan sisters. These were lies. I'm giving them back.
My name is Stephen Lund. I'm a 2-time Iraq combat veteran. This medal I'm dedicating to the children of Iraq that no longer have fathers and mothers.
My name is Sean, and I was a nuclear, biological, chemical specialist for a war that didn't have any weapons of mass destruction. So I deserted. I'm one of 40,000 people that left the United States Armed Forces because this is a lie.
My name is Steve Ashton. I'm from Campbellsport, Wisconsin. I was a forward observer in the United States Army for just under 5 years. I deployed to Sadr City, Iraq in 2005. And I'm giving back my medals for the children of Iraq and Afghanistan. May they be able to forgive us for what we've done to them. May we begin to heal, and may we live in peace from here until eternity.
Hello, my name is Michael Thurman. I was a conscientious objector from the United States Air Force. I'm returning my Global War on Terrorism medal and my military coins on behalf of Private First Class Bradley Manning, who sacrificed everything to show us the truth about these wars.
My name is Nate. I served in the U.S. Navy from 1999 to 2003 and participated in the invasions of Iraq and Afghanistan. I was wrong to sign myself up for that. I apologize to the Iraqi and Afghani people for destroying your countries.
My name is Brock McIntosh. I was in the Army National Guard and served in Afghanistan from November 08 to August 09. 2 months ago, I visited the monument at Ground Zero for my first time with 2 Afghans. The tragic monument. I'm going to toss this medal today for the 33,000 civilians who died in Afghanistan that won't have a monument built for them. And this is for the Afghan Youth Peace Volunteers.
My name is Vincent Emily, and I serve with the United States Marine Corps.
First and foremost, this is for the people of Iraq and Afghanistan. Our enemies are not 7,000 miles from home. They sit in boardrooms. They are CEOs. They are bankers. They are hedge fund managers. They do not live 7,000 miles from home. Our enemies are right here, and we look at them every day. They are not the men and women who are standing on this police line. They are the millionaires and billionaires who control this planet, and we've had enough of it, so they can take their medals back.
Illinois Army National Guard from 2000 to 2006. This medal right here is for Anthony Wagner. In
died last year.
Ich wollte immer stolz auf meinen Einsatz sein, aber ich konnte nur Scham empfinden. Die Tatsache der Besatzung war nicht mehr durch Rassismus zu übertünchen. Das waren Leute, menschliche Wesen. Seitdem quälen mich jedes Mal Schuldgefühle, wenn ich einen alten Mann sehe wie den, der nicht laufen konnte, den wir auf eine Trage rollten. Und die irakische Polizei anwiesen, ihn wegzubringen. Wenn ich eine Mutter mit ihren Kindern sehe wie die wild weinend schrie, wir seien schlimmer als Saddam, als wir sie aus ihrem Haus trieben. Wenn ich ein junges Mädchen sehe wie jenes, das ich am Arm packte und auf die Straße zerrte. Man sagte uns, wir kämpfen gegen Terroristen. Der wahre Terrorist war ich und der wahre Terror diese Besatzung. Rassismus war lange im Militär ein wichtiges Mittel, um die Zerstörung und Besatzung anderer Länder zu rechtfertigen. Er wurde als Rechtfertigung für das Töten, Unterjochen und Foltern der Völker benutzt. Die Regierung benutzt den Rassismus als zentrale Waffe. Er ist wichtiger als ein Gewehr, ein Panzer, ein Bomber oder ein Schlachtschiff. Zerstörerischer als eine Granate oder ein Bunkerbrecher oder eine Missile. All diese Waffen, die die Regierung erschafft und besitzt, sind harmlos ohne die Menschen, die sie einsetzen. Die uns in den Krieg schicken, müssen den Abzug nicht ziehen oder einen Mörser herumwuchten. Sie müssen den Krieg nicht kämpfen, nur verkaufen. Sie brauchen eine Öffentlichkeit, die bereit ist, ihre Soldaten auf den Weg des Verderbens zu schicken, die bereit sind zu töten und getötet zu werden, ohne zu fragen. Sie können Millionen für eine einzige Bombe ausgeben, aber die ist erst dann eine Waffe, wenn die Militärs bereit sind, den Einsatzbefehl auszuführen. Sie können den letzten Soldaten überall auf der Welt hinschicken, aber Krieg gibt es nur, wenn die Soldaten auch bereit sind zu kämpfen. Die Klasse der Herrschenden, die Milliardäre, die am Leid der Menschen profitieren, sind nur auf Bereicherung und Kontrolle der Weltwirtschaft aus. Sie haben nur Macht, wenn sie uns überzeugen können, dass Krieg, Unterdrückung und Ausbeutung in unserem Interesse liegt. Sie wissen, dass ihr Reichtum davon abhängt, dass sie die arbeitende Klasse dazu bringen können, zu sterben, um die Märkte anderer Länder zu kontrollieren, um uns zum Töten und Sterben zu bringen, müssen sie uns weismachen, dass wir irgendwie etwas Besseres sind. Soldaten, Matrosen, Marines, Flieger haben gar nichts von dieser Besatzung. Die große Mehrheit der Menschen in den USA hat nichts von dieser Besatzung. Tatsächlich haben wir nicht nur keinen Vorteil davon, sondern leiden darunter. Wir verlieren Gliedmaßen, erleiden Traumata und geben unser Leben. Unsere Familien müssen zusehen, wie fahnenbedeckte Särge in die Erde gesenkt werden. Millionen in diesem Land ohne medizinische Versorgung, ohne Job, ohne Ausbildungsplatz sehen zu, wie diese Regierung 450 Millionen Dollar pro Tag für diese Besatzung verschleudert. Arme, schuftende Menschen in diesem Land werden ausgeschickt, um arme, schuftende Menschen in einem anderen Land zu töten, um die Reichen reicher zu machen. Ohne Rassismus würde den Soldaten klar werden, dass sie mehr mit dem irakischen Volk gemeinsam haben, als mit den Milliardären, die sie in den Krieg schicken. Ich habe im Irak Familien auf die Straße geworfen, nur um nach Hause zu kommen und hier auf die Straße geworfene Familien vorzufinden. Es ist eine tragische und unnötige Zwangsvollstreckungskrise. Wir müssen aufwachen und erkennen, dass unsere wahren Feinde nicht in einem fernen Land sitzen. Das sind keine Leute, deren Namen wir nicht kennen und Kulturen, die wir nicht verstehen. Der Feind, das sind Leute, die wir sehr wohl kennen, Leute, die wir identifizieren können. Der Feind ist ein System, das Krieg anzettelt, wenn es Profit bringt. Der Feind sind die Vorstände, die uns feuern, wenn es Profit bringt, die Versicherungen, die uns Behandlungen verweigern, wenn es Profit bringt, die Banken, die uns unser Heim wegnehmen, wenn es Profit bringt. Unser Feind ist nicht 5000 Meilen weg, sondern genau hier zu Hause. Wenn wir uns organisieren und gemeinsam mit unseren Brüdern und Schwestern kämpfen, können wir den Krieg beenden, diese Regierung stoppen und eine bessere Welt schaffen.